everyone. You're watching the Asian American Herald, a new media network featuring the Asian Americans of New York. You can also watch a recording of this show and all of our previous episodes from our Facebook page, Asian American Herald of the Capital Region. My name is Shruti Natanmai, and I'm a student at the Fashion Institute of Technology, writer and creative who was born and raised in the Capital Region. This evening, I'm super excited to speak with Dr. Aney Paul, a Rockland County legislator and activist, amongst many other things. Aney, welcome to our show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you. So I'd like to just start off by asking you to take a minute to introduce yourself a little bit more and then tell our viewers about your background. Like, where did you grow up? What are some of your interests?
I'm Aney Paul. I grew up in India, Kerala state. Proper town is my Kallurkad Muatupura. Those who are in Kerala, they know the place. But I went to nursing school. I'm a nurse. In nursing school, I went to Delhi. I graduated with a diploma in nursing. Before I left, 1982, I came to America. In 1980, I received an award for Nursing Excellence Award received from Indira Gandhi, that time the Prime Minister of India. So when I came, that was really a big promotion, encouragement, empowerment to me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came to America in 1982, I started as a nurse on permit, and then I grew up. I went to college. I continued my education. I have my BS and Master's in Public Health, Master's in Nursing with Nurse Practitioner. Then I have my doctorate in nursing practice. I work as a nurse practitioner. Also, I teach in Dominican College adjunct faculty. In legislator, as a legislator, I started as a volunteer in the community. Then I grew up in election. In 2011, I got elected as a county legislator first time. This is my third term. And also I'm the chair of the legislature. And as you said, also the chair of the committee, one of the committee of the legislature. And I'm really happy to serve my community. I'm into the public service. Yes.
Wow, that is an impressive resume you have there. So what are some of your interests outside of work?
Outside of work, you mean as a nurse or the legislature?
Outside of all of it. So what do you like to do for fun or on the side?
Let me tell you, I love to do volunteer work in the community. That's what I started with. Many years ago, always in the community where so many organizations we have, I go in there and volunteer as a nurse. I do the volunteership as a health fair coordinator. I do monitor blood pressure. Even now I do in the church for senior club, their club they have. So I go in there and every 3 months, I do the blood pressure monitoring, helping the community to promote health. That is one of my passion towards the community. What I started with.
Mm-hmm.
Also involved in the community, like local Indian community. I was the president of our Indian community here locally in Malayali Association. So when I was the president, I loved to involve in the community. So I invited the local county legislator that time. So he came, he loved to see the Indian dance and all the program. After the program, he asked me, Aney, do you want to involve in the party as a committee person? So that was in 2001. From there, I was a committee member of Democratic committee member. And then 2011, all these years, then I see people are working with all the election time with them. So they all want to promote me. When others see you're working in the community for the people, they want to promote you.
Mm-hmm.
So 2011. But before that, I had to mention 2007, I did run for town council, but I lost. So, but even though I lost it, only I was, a small margin there. So
right.
2011, when this opening came, party chair invited me, asked me that, do you want to run for this position? So that's it. I won that time. There was another candidate opposition, but I won in the 65% vote on that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then second time there was no opposition for me. So the third time, this time I had two candidates against me. But then I have, again, it's like 68% vote I got. So it was like how you involve in the community, how you let know yourself to serve in the community. People know you, and then people like you. That's what it is. Even, not in even my district. People from other district also come to me asking questions. He said, I know you know the things, and you're going to help me out. That's what people think. So I love to do this. This is my passion, to helping. Even many people ask me, as a nurse, what are you going to do in politics? You are going to do in politics. I said, I love to serve. As a nurse, I help my patients to feel better. And then as I extended my hand to whole community. That's what I'm doing with this. So, and also after I reached here in Rockland, I got the Rockland County Excellence Nurse Award, then Rockland and New Jersey Excellence Award. Then I have recently, this 2020, I got the Excellence in American Associate of Nurse Practitioner Excellence NP Award. So I was just saying, the more you do it, more you receive. People appreciate you. That makes you to do more. That is
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's really incredible. Congratulations for all of that. That's really quite an accomplishment. And I mean, not just for yourself, but also you're contributing to the community in so many different ways, which is also just truly incredible. So,
thank you.
So if I could ask, from that first loss that you mentioned, what did you learn, or what did you take away from that?
So you know what? We need experience. That was the first time I was running, and we learned more of how we can deal with the community. How can you work more better? We have to learn from our mistake. That's only an experience. If you failure is not this thing, it is only an experience. So that made me more aware about how to do the campaigning, how to do involve with the community. You learn. So otherwise, you say the people know you more, because yes, I say I lost first time doesn't matter, because you learn. Because the first time runner, of course, most probably everybody have to face one time. Do not give up, and do more. Give back to your community. That's it.
So, I mean, as you said before, you are part of multiple different organizations and associations. You've always felt inspired to contribute to your community, give back in many different ways. But has being a part of these organizations contributed to your work as a legislator in any way? Or has it allowed you to become more in touch with the community?
Yes, as a legislator, I have visited people, any function they invite, and help them. But recently now, even yesterday, I had a call on Friday. They email us or call my office. Then, of course, the secretary will answer, and then she will let me know that there's some issues. They were calling due to COVID. Her husband passed away. She need help with what she can do, where she can apply for benefits and all that. So my secretary called her and explained everything, and called the number, gave her the number, and she's a Monday. My secretary will follow up with that and say how she did and any more help she needed. So somebody called you for help. We will follow up with that until she get it done. Even one of the there are so many issues comes with it, like immigrant issues, like visa. Some of them are one of the person who called me one time was there's a problem. They not are getting they are refusing the visa in India. They are supposed to be coming back and stuff. So I have to find out what causes that. Then I approached. We always work as a team. Another office like assemblyman, senator, or congresswoman, or anybody who work as a team. I go to my office, I call them, then their secretary, they work together. And that she got what happened was that I think that's a multiple entry visa, but she came, what last time was she overstayed here. So they refused the visa to come back. That was a visiting visa. So I have to approach this way. Then I'll send a letter to the congresswoman's office. They send a letter to this thing. And finally she came. Yeah. So that's what I was just saying, that so many ways, so many issues comes. We have to find a solution. Whatever we can do, we do our best. But sometimes may not be successful, but we can go further.
Mhm.
Another, like congresswoman or senator, we all are working as a team and helping our community. Mhm.
Right. So do you feel that it's kind of more than even just connecting with your community, but it's kind of like building a relationship with these people almost?
Yes, that's how we go into the community, helping the community in many ways. So, not even though we are the law making body in Rockland. So, overall, we see everything, whatever issues with the budget and all county issues we have to solve. And then, yeah, that is very important, that to connect with the people one way or the other way,
Mhm.
people both ways. They all know that a nurse and a legislator. And then, they all connect me as a thing. The nurse is always a caring person. So that is where they look at me. Even when I was going for campaigning one time, one of the person was standing next to me and said, I know you more than a legislator. I said, how do you know me? No, and I know you legislator, but something else. Your face is so familiar. So I told her I'm a nurse from near hospital, and I have worked there 24 years. Oh, there you go. I had my baby in your ear. I still remember your face. I have, look at my, this is your baby. She was like a big girl standing here about 20 years old, going to college, going in college. And she said, this is your baby. And then she said, I'm going to vote for you, and all my friends and family are going to tell to vote for you. That good memory. These patients never forget you. And she said that, I still remember my baby was crying. You took the baby, and she said, you sleep, I'll take care of the baby. See how much soothing that people feel. This was that was my job, but how much the patients, people feel about you with the simple things.
Mhm.
I couldn't believe that she still remembered the 20-year-old daughter here. And I don't remember any of this. So many person comes and goes, and that's amazing how the people react, and it's
Yeah,
like,
for sure. And it seems like you made such an impact on her, and that's such an incredible story. Um,
yes. Mhm.
yeah. So you're a nurse, you are a legislator, you also were a professor.
Yes.
Yes. So, okay. So, obviously, right now we are in the middle of an election, and which is a bit rocky to say the least. Presidential election. So,
Yes.
as a legislator, professor, and you're also the chair for the Special Committee on Minority and Women Business Enterprise.
Yeah.
So, as serving in all of those roles, how has the current election cycle impacted your work, or has it at all?
The election cycle is not the one is affecting our work. The COVID is the one who's affecting our work. So, but work is going on. The meeting, official meeting is all on Zoom. We
Mhm.
cannot go out to the community and do things like as usually we do for meetings and programs or organizing things. And I do road cleanup along with the Keep Rockland Beautiful group. I'm from the county, so the road cleanup we do 4 times in a year, and I couldn't do any of them. So
Mhm.
what happened is I make a group of people, the volunteers, the youth or adults, especially the youth come because they need volunteer hours, helping the community, environment, helping keeping the environment free of, pollution and stuff. So they get good this thing about it. But this time I couldn't do anything. So things like that, and everybody's activities are, diverted through another way. Like some students asked me volunteer hours, how you usually give us what to do. So I told her, prepare a note, as per CDC, how you teach in the community, how to take care of, how to face this COVID pandemic time, how to take care of yourself, all that, how to wear the mask and washing hands and keep up the distance and all that. She print out from the CDC and prepared a speech, and I told her, call people around your neighbor and let them know this is what you have to do. Just keep reminding, even the second wave is here. People are thinking that it's going away, but it's not. So everybody have to be careful, and every age. It's not only the old people. It's not the middle age. Even the pediatric population is, is in affecting this COVID pandemic is affecting them. So everybody have to be careful. That's why I gave it to her, the volunteer hours for her. So that's what I think. Things we are doing differently. Almost we are doing everything, but differently. Usually, I used to make a group for the health education group there, or a community education community volunteer in the community, make volunteer kids. So this time I couldn't do, but they are doing this way. Or another thing is like I told one of the guy, they wanted for the college again. I told them, get some food, canned food, and let's go to one of the center where they have the shelter or any group like that, and then we can donate the food. So I can give you volunteer hours for collecting and helping the community. See, things like that. So all the meetings are virtual. College we are doing virtual clinicals, and with the simulation techniques and all that. Yeah, this thing, the technology is adapting to the change, the new technology. Everybody's learning that now. Even with this, maybe in the beginning people face a little bit problem, but at the end we are doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And it seems like you've adjusted like incredibly. But for a lot of people, as you said, obviously technology is improving and people are learning and becoming more comfortable with remote work and just finding a way to connect with one another without being in person. But a lot
Right.
of people still have an issue with this sort of work and are finding it difficult to go about what was deemed normal. So, and that's like a big topic of conversation in this current election, the handling of this pandemic and how people are
Yeah.
going to move forward, whether this is, and I quote, the new normal. So there's a lot of anxiety surrounding this issue and how it's going to progress. Which, so I just want to know, like, what are your thoughts on the way coronavirus and the pandemic and all the issues that accompany it are being discussed by the debates, by media during this upcoming election cycle?
So it is a big issue. It's affecting whole community, whole world. So the person who, to work to find a solution faster, in time, on time, that is very important. And we need a plan. I see the scientific, Biden Harris team, uh, always they are ready with the solution for this and a plan for this. And they were saying that they will be introduced no new policy initiatives. They will improve U.S. healthcare system. Biden has work to restore, whatever they can do, uh, you know, for that. And also they will make sure the availability of the uh, mask and all that PPE and everywhere for the schools, for the healthcare workers, whatever. And also everybody needs a mask now. We need enough supplies. Even the healthcare workers, they had shortage of all these supplies. They we will make sure everything is in enough of ready for the people, and the COVID testing. we need rapid testing more, and he will make sure that is there, ready for the people. And that's what Biden Harris is ready with planning for everything. And I hope the vaccination will be there soon. So we have to have FDA approved vaccination so people can start taking. And once it is there, I think the COVID will settle down. The people will have we can go back to the norm. Normal.
What course do you believe this pandemic would take should former Vice President Joe Biden not succeed in after or during the election?
That is all, only so we'll know. We'll wait for that. But whoever wins, the people decide who will win, because everybody have to go out and vote. That's what I tell everyone.
Right.
Now, and if you need, they all can learn both candidates. There is enough literature, enough debates. There are two debates, and people who watch that, they know who to vote for. And person who have a plan for the community, or they can put, organize or coordinate the people, have a peaceful atmosphere, so that's important. People can work and make a very make America, for a community where people can live in, and work and raise a family. That's what we need.
Yeah, and it looks like, especially this election cycle, a lot more people than 2016 are coming out to vote, which is always a good sign.
And actually, the Kamala Harris was Biden picked her, so that is really an amazing. Everybody was Indians are so excited. She's an African American and an Indian American, so that's a good combination. And I hope all community, Indian community, and this is a big, big thing, the first time an Indian American, like a really culturally diversified person is got nominated as the vice president. So I think most of the Indians are really excited. Many even Republicans said, because she's an Indian, we have to support. I'm so happy to hear that. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. So as a result of this election, have you seen any changes within your community? Have you noticed any tension or any divides?
It's there. The tension is there, the election tension, but there are Republicans, Democrats. The election, I think one of my friends from Texas, was talking about the election. And there's a religious wise, there is a big tension. And she said she's a Catholic, and she is supporting Biden. But some other Catholic people called up and said, no, we cannot, because of the abortion thing, so pro-choice and all that. So she was saying, no matter what, people do whatever they want to do, whatever rules we have, it cannot prevent from not doing it. So that's the other thing. Yeah, so many tensions are there, even people fighting each other, Indians themselves. And it is, naturally, the election time is really, as you said, it's really tension. Yeah. People who really supporting one group, supporting the other group. Amongst every people, there are groups. There are Republicans and Democrats and Republicans. So it's there. It's, that's normal part of election.
For sure. So this is actually my first year voting. So I'm 20, so I couldn't vote last in 2016. So I'm not sure if I'm more perceptive to this now because I'm able to vote, or if this has been the same. But I've definitely noticed that over the past couple of months, social media has kind of fed into this fire that's currently being created because of this election. And I I feel that it's kind of furthering this divide or increasing this tension. Have you noticed anything of that sort?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There are people who is really all around the community. There's tension there, because who is going to win? Because
Right.
the first they want to, their party candidate Biden Harris, to win, and then the same thing the other party. So it's
Right.
they're working very hard, and also even doing phone calls, sending email. We cannot go to door much, as usual. So
Mhm.
that is a drawback in here, but calling people, family, friends, and neighbors, and all. Yeah, working around, putting yard signs. I just put a few signs yesterday around, and things like
Yeah.
that. Keep busy,
Yeah.
keep doing things, and of course,
Yeah.
uh,
So, moving forward, how do you hope to serve your community and help bring about change regardless of the results of the election? And additionally,
yes.
will the results of the election alter how you go about the many roles you've taken on or
I don't think that much affection on that, because my job, whatever my responsibility, I have to do it. Doesn't
Mm,
matter which president is there, but everybody, yeah, I have to do take charge of my responsibility and complete my assignments that I have to do. Everybody have to do that. And then also any accomplishment, whatever you want to do, you could do it. It doesn't affect your way of helping the community or doing your responsibility, completing your responsibility here. And yeah, I think it should not affect anybody's, uh, you know, responsibility, carrying out your responsibility.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So we're running a bit short on time, so I have one last question for you. So do you have any final advice or for first-time voters or undecided voters for this upcoming election?
I suggest, I want all of you to vote. Use your voting rights, and also think about what kind of community you want. What kind of community you live in? You want a better cooperation, better caring community, better working together community. You want a better health. You want all that. Look for who is ready to do that. So that's what you have to pick. I'll say make sure you go and vote and pick the right candidate there, which is good for you and for our community and our country. That's what my suggestions.
It's great advice. Thank you so much for joining me
And
this evening.
as
It's been
as yeah, as a Democrat, I always support Biden Harris, and especially an Indian origin, Indian American, in the African Americans candidate, and she's really an able, very smart lady, and
yeah.
Biden picked a very good candidate, which so that team can work together and do better for our country.
Yeah. For sure. Yes. Well, I look forward to seeing the results of the election just as much as you. But thank you so much for speaking with me this
Yes.
evening and to everyone watching. It's been super informational and you have such an impressive list of things on your resume and such great experiences. It was great hearing from you. And thank you to everyone else joining us on this evening of the Asian American Herald. I'm Shruti Natanmai, and our wonderful guest for today was Dr. Annie Paul. The Asian American Herald is a Facebook-based news media outlet dedicated to discussing topics and building community amongst the Asian Americans in New York. Please send us your story ideas, and you can watch a recording of this show on our Facebook page. Have a good evening, and thank you again.